We begin with breaking news. The U.S. Court of International Trade has ruled that President Trump's sweeping tariffs on imports are illegal. The three-judge panel ruled that Trump exceeded his authority in imposing tariffs on all imported goods. But for more, let's go to Mike Hanna now in Washington, D.C. So, Mike, break this down for us. What does it actually mean in practice?
Yes, well, let's start off with what the U.S. Court of International Trade is. It is a body specifically set up to deal with issues of international trade where it pertains to the United States. Now, it is a very senior court within the federal system of the country. In this particular case, three judges heard it because of the constitutional nature of this whole matter, questioning whether or not the president has the power to exercise the right to introduce tariffs without the approval of Congress. And what the court found was no. The president does not have the power to institute tariffs without the approval of Congress. Now, President Trump introduced these tariffs, what he called these reciprocal tariffs, under a 1977 law, which gives the president emergency powers in terms of when the national interest is at stake. But this particular court has found that he is not justified in imposing tariffs within the terms of this particular act, that he would still need the approval of Congress before doing these tariffs. Constitutionally, it is Congress that imposes tariffs, not the president. Now, significant in this is that President Trump has used emergency powers in a number of his executive orders. In fact, the bulk of his executive orders have been based on his interpretation of emergency powers. Now, these are going to be coming to various courts at various times and are on their way. This particular case has now gone to the U.S. Court of International Trade. This particular one was brought by some small business owners, including a wine importer. There's been no immediate reaction from the Trump administration. They did say before that they would appeal it if the court ruled against them, but their appeal would have to go to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit, which in all likelihood would push it on to the Supreme Court. What happens to the tariffs in the interim? Well, that is something that is going to have to be clarified by the U.S. Court of International Trade. It has ordered that these tariffs be vacated immediately, that all proceeds from the tariffs be vacated, which means they get paid back. But whether or not it decides to hold its action pending the appeal by the administration, that is something that we will find out and know in the hours or days to come.
Mike Hanna, thanks very much indeed. And we've just heard that Donald Trump says he will be appealing that decision. Mike, thank you.